Really, really appreciate it. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And without further ado, you probably already read the headline by now. Let's just start here. Capitol Police have been called to investigate a swastika in a Republican congressional office. It is right there. Right in a congressional Republican's office. Let's get into this Politico article. They're the ones who obtained the photo. U.S. Capitol Police were called about an American flag altered to include a swastika and displayed inside the office of Representative Dave Taylor, a Republican from Ohio. Politico obtained an image taken during a virtual meeting that shows the flag pinned to what appears to be a cubicle wall behind Angelo Elia, one of Taylor's staffers. Alongside the flag, with altered red and white lines in the shape of a swastika, obviously, are pinned images including a pocket constitution and a congressional calendar. Do they not realize that the German symbol from World War II, a swastika, is completely at odds with the Constitution, yet they have them like side by side? You know, the Constitution's about freedom and rights and protecting people from the government. The swastika is a symbol of hate, murder, division. I mean, do they not see how those two things are completely contradictory? It is unclear what role, if any, Aaliyah had in the incident. He did not immediately respond to comment. And I do want to show you that photo of Aaliyah. I'm going to cut really quickly to grab it for you, but I do want to show you the photo. This is a zoomed in version of the photo. I want to show you the original one. All right, so apologies for the cut, but here is the photo. That is the staffer, looking like a Republican guy sitting in this Republican congressional office with the flag right over his head. And this is the Aaliyah guy. It's unclear what involvement, if any, he had. We don't know. But the fact that he didn't respond to comment is a little peculiar to me. I don't know, if somebody accused me of having this flag or hanging this flag up in my office, I'd probably say, yeah, that's not me. But he chose to be silent. The congressman said, I am aware of an image that appears to depict a vile and deeply inappropriate symbol near an employee in my office. Taylor said in a statement. I also think that, like, what is he talking about here? It appears to depict. It doesn't appear to depict, it just depicts. That's what it is. I mean, there's no ambiguity here as to what we're looking at in this flag. That is exactly what it is. It's a swastika. It doesn't appear to be one, it is one. So kind of a weird statement off the bat. The content of that image does not reflect the values or standards of this office, my staff, or myself, and I condemn it in the strongest terms. And here's the thing. He said he immediately directed a thorough investigation alongside the Capitol Police, adding no further comment will be provided until it has been completed. I don't know. It just seems like maybe they'd want a little bit more urgency with this. He kind of seems a little bit lax about it. You know, I think I'm really hung up on this appears to depict. That just rubs me the wrong way. The flag was found inside Taylor's office in the Cannon Building in Washington, D.C. Tuesday afternoon, according to an office spokesperson, and he believes it's the result of foul play or vandalism. So that's what the police investigation is. Of course, theoretically, a congressman could fly this in their room on Capitol Hill. It's not necessarily against the law, but he's claiming vandalism when, I don't know, it might just be coming from inside the house. He's trying to make it seem like it's not from his office, but how did it get there? And also, how did nobody notice this? I mean, it's fairly obvious. It's right there in this cubicle in his office, and nobody in the office saw it. That just seems a little suspicious to me. And of course, just remember, this article about a sitting in office right now, sitting Republican congressman having this in his office, comes just the day after Politico also dropped a bombshell article, which we covered on this channel, of this youth MAGA group chat with MAGA leaders across the country, people in the party, people on congressional campaigns, saying some of the most awful, vile, disgusting things you can think of, praising Adolf Hitler, saying that they don't like black people, saying all these different things. And you can just read some of them. I mean, let's zoom in here. You can just see how bad some of these are. I'm not going to repeat them. I repeated them in the video yesterday, and it truly made me angry during that video if you watched it. You can just see some of these comments coming from these Republicans. But this is 2 days now in a row where we've had major Republicans kind of endorse Nazism, fascism, and do it in a really vile way, a very vile way, very disturbing way, I think, for any American that cares about this country. And especially on this story of this youth MAGA group chat, you'd think that seeing some of these texts, it would force the Republican leaders to condemn it. They would have to, right? Because it's just so gross. Well, no. J.D. Vance took a different approach, saying this is far worse, referencing the story about the Virginia AG's race, where the candidate was caught saying awful things about his Republican opponent's kids. This is far worse than anything said in a college group chat, and the guy who said it could become the AG of Virginia. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for political violence. So JD Vance is being a coward here. He's being disingenuous because even if you think what the candidate in Virginia said is disgusting, which I agree, he shouldn't have said it 100%, you can condemn both. You can be like, yeah, saying that you want to see your opponent's kids suffer or anything like that. Whatever he said in these texts, that only people when people feel pain personally do they move on policy. Even if you say that and think that's disgusting, you can also think it's disgusting to praise Hitler. Like they're not mutually exclusive. You can hate both. You can hate both, but JD Vance, of course, will never condemn his own party, and that's exactly what I said. My reply to him got 32,000 likes saying, they said they like Nazis, hate black people. Why are you so effing weak that you can't condemn both? And I think that's the exact right perspective. And I just want to point out that a month ago, JD Vance was attacking people, trying to get people fired who made fun of Charlie Kirk. As you know, on this channel, I didn't do that. I don't think that's the right thing to do. That's my personal opinion. And JD Vance, when he saw people do that, tried to get them fired, publicly condemned them. But now, regarding this group chat, he said, grow up, focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats. The reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. That's what kids do. Just as a reminder, these are adults. They're not kids in a college group chat. This Peter Gunta guy up here is 31. This Joe Maligno guy, in his 30s as well. These are like adults. And JD Vance is trying to say, I'm sorry, does this guy look like he's in college? Does anybody think that this guy looks like he's in college? No, he perhaps has a wife and kids with the way that he looks. These are not college kids. These are grown-ass adults, and JD Vance is trying to defend them by saying, well, young boys make stupid jokes and make edgy jokes. Number one, even if it was a college group chat, they shouldn't be saying that, especially when they're a member of a Republican Party. But also, number two, it's not a college group chat. And there were other Republicans on social media who defended it. This guy said my thoughts about this, a very serious story. LOL. He thinks it's funny. Here are others where Milo Yiannopoulos, let me just pull this down so you can see it. Milo Yiannopoulos, who of course is insane, said, get used to it. This is the world you made. And then this woman definer, that's his account name, the left wishes death on people, celebrates when they get assassinated. Understand that if you aren't allowed to joke around, but they can wish death on you, you are going to lose. I mean, these people are just insane. But they won't condemn this. They look at this photo and they think it's perfectly fine. It is absolutely insane, the America we're living in. It's absolutely insane that the Republican Party is operating like this when somebody in their own party is saying awful things. People in their own party have flags with German symbols from World War II in the background. They can't bring themselves to say, you know what, we disagree with this. We think that's wrong. And that's a difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. If a Democrat had this, they would never be in Democratic politics again. Ever. But on the Republican side, it's almost embraced. So look, I just had to show you the story. It is truly just such a crazy couple of days we've had in the United States. I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. It means the world that you're here. Make sure to drop a like on the video, comment, let me know your thoughts on this story. Subscribe down below as well. It does go an incredibly long way. I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.